Tomatoes have become scarce, and when you do find them, the prices have soared. It's understood that heavy rainfall has led to the shortage. To discuss this further, we're joined by Ethel Zulu from the Bee Tree Farm. Ethel, very good morning to you. Tell us what's behind this staggering increase.
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation. Yeah, definitely there has been an increase in the price of tomatoes recently due to the rain, the heavy rains that we had in January and February. And most of the crops, the tomato crops was destroyed by the rain because tomatoes don't necessarily need lots of rain. And as a result, due to that, then we do have the prices going high because of the demand and the demand and the supply and demand law, yeah.
And I believe it's been getting record prices on the markets. What does that mean for the farmers and for the consumers?
Yeah, that is, for the farmers, it means it's a good thing because we're getting a good price. And for the consumers, it's bad because majority of the consumers can no longer afford the product. And for the market, it's bad because much as the price is high, it does not necessarily mean that the product is sold. You still have more tomatoes that are going off on the shelves because the majority of the consumers can definitely not afford to buy the product.
But Ethel, I mean, I've noticed, and others have too, the lack of quality when you buy tomatoes at the moment. I mean, how's it influencing that? Why are we seeing the sort of tomatoes that we shouldn't be seeing?
Yeah, remember that majority of the tomato farmers are producing the tomato on open land. And then with heavy rains, of course, the crop becomes destroyed. And secondly, there's a lot of pests that comes with that. And as a result, it affects the quality of the tomatoes. And because we do not have enough tomatoes, the price of the tomatoes still goes high, even if the crop is not of good quality. But the reason behind the quality is mainly because of the rain and nothing else.
And I suppose it's a difficult thing to prepare for. If, as you say, most of these fields are open fields, you've just got to take what you get when it comes to the weather.
Yeah, but I think there is a way that one can prepare because, like, for instance, in my case, I produce my tomatoes in the tunnels. So definitely I didn't have such impact in terms of the quality and in terms of the rain didn't destroy my crop. But I think if we can work together, the farmers, the market, the government, and the private sector, we can be able to prepare for some circumstances like that in terms of increasing the number of farmers who are farming tomatoes in protective infrastructure like your tunnels and the shade net, because the damage becomes minimal. And at the end of the day, it hits the consumer a lot. And remember, we farm for the consumers, and majority of the consumers now can no longer afford to buy the tomatoes. And if you go to almost every second home in South Africa, tomato is the pap and tomato gravy. It is the main dish that we enjoy in South Africa.
No, we like our tomatoes. Tell me something. So, I mean, it's just not tomatoes. There are carrots, leafy vegetables also being affected at the moment. When do you think it's going to get better? When do prices drop again?
I think in the next 3 weeks, because of the rains, we will not be having so much rains. The price will slightly adjust. I don't think that the price will get much more better. But remember that every year around winter, the vegetables are expensive. But I believe that in the next 2 weeks, we should be seeing a very improved prices in terms of the price of tomatoes. And I believe that if the farmers and the market can meet and reach a compromise, because it doesn't help anyone at the end of the day when the price is high and the majority of the population cannot afford the price. I think whether the circumstances changes or not, there should definitely be, something must be done around the price of the tomato so that the farmer still doesn't lose, but majority of the people can still afford to buy the tomatoes.
Ethel
that
Zulu,
can
okay, let's
only
leave
be-
it there. As you say, just a few more weeks of sky-high prices and dodgy tomatoes before we get it back. Thanks for talking to us. Still ahead.